Councilor Del Rosario, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to get started then. Good evening. Today is Thursday, February 24th. This is the Public Safety Committee. This is an organizational meeting to set up the public safety for this current term of the City Council. Interestingly, we've discovered that this is a prerogative of the council president in years past, and we have not actually been able to reassign it over the course of time. But councilors, I just want to let you know that when you look at your council agenda, this is a little backwards, but I did, just so we can develop a paper trail, you will see there's a public safety committee on there for this year, for the term for the remainder of this term. So when you see that, it's just so that when this happens in the future, I know that there's a proposal to create a public safety committee. I saw that. If for some reason it doesn't go, then there's at least a paper trail that this committee is a special committee and it's there for 2 years. So you'll see that on there. So with that, I put on this committee Councilor Rodriguez, Councilor Selena Reyes, Councilor Infante, and Councilor Del Rosario. At this point, I'm just going to take a roll of those members, and then I'm going to accept nominations for the chair, and then that person can take over. So, roll call vote. Councilor Rodriguez?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Present.
Councilor Del Rosario?
Present.
And Councilor Selena Reyes is not with us this evening. At this point, I am looking for nominees to chair the special committee. Are there any nominees? Councilor Infante?
I nominate Councilor Giovanni Rodriguez for chair.
There's a motion for that. Are there any other nominees? Hearing none. By acclamation, Councilor Rodriguez, do you accept this?
I do.
Okay, just to make this perfunctory, we'll go around for Councilor Rodriguez as the chair. Councilor Infante?
Yes.
Councilor Rodriguez?
Yes.
Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
And Councilor Reyes not here. So Councilor Rodriguez, you have the chair. Good luck with tonight's meeting, and I'm going to take off.
Well, thank you to my college, Stephanie and Gregory, for allowing me to chair this committee. This is my second time chairing this committee, and one time as a vice chair. And at this point, I would like to open the floor for nomination for the vice chair for this committee. There is any nomination for vice chair? I'll nominate Stephanie Infante for vice chair, if it is agreeable with Councilor De Rosario.
Yes.
All right, Stephanie, do you accept the nomination?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna call a roll call for, if it is any other nominations, for vice chair. All right, I'll call a roll call for Stephanie Infante as a vice chair. Gregory De Rosario?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So now we have the chair and the vice chair for this committee. And at this point, councilors, there is one new item that we would like to open and discuss and eventually take a resolution on it. Item 27121, which is the communication from neighbors concerning parking on Hanley Street, and it was put together by Kelly, the constituents living on the area. So, Councilor Stephanie Infante, You have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. I've been in communications with Kelly and Officer Cano, and we have a meeting next Thursday to look at, her concern is mostly, about traffic and student safety and residents being unable to, get to their homes, residents on Hamlet Street. So myself, Kelly, and Officer Cano will be meeting Thursday morning to look at morning traffic, and Officer Cano and Kelly will be meeting again in the I can't make the afternoon time, but they'll be meeting again in the afternoon to look at afternoon traffic. After that, I will follow up with Officer Cano and take his suggestions and listen to his expertise on this. And if further discussion is needed, then I would reach out, send correspondence to the school department and city engineer if needed, to further discuss.
All right, thank you for the update about this item 27121. There is any other councilor that would like to speak on this item? All right, since there is none, councilors, what would you like to do with this item? Councilor Infante?
I would like to I would like to table it for now until I meet with the resident and Officer Cano, and then next meeting, if further communications with additional city members is needed, I will send correspondence to the appropriate departments.
All right, there is a motion on the table, there is a motion to table item 27121. Can I hear a second? Can I hear a second motion to table?
Second.
All right, there is a motion to table, properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor De Rosario? Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion passed. Now item 271 is tabled. Councilors, I would like to get a motion to send correspondence for an update on a few items. And the first one is going to be item, can I get a motion to take item 13317, which is the Lawrence Police Department's, which is to the Lawrence Police Department, and this is in relation to the Trust Act.
I make the motions on table.
There is a motion there is a motion to table item 13317, properly second. I call a roll call. Councilor De Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilors, item 13317, this is a report that we need to get every 6 months in regard to the Trust Act. The city of Lawrence adopted the Trust Act back in 2016, and this allowed immigrant to, or allowed the federal, in regard to the Trust Act, this specific ordinance in the city of Lawrence is in regard to the federal government doing what they're supposed to do when it comes to immigration, and not necessarily the city doing the work. And essentially, the city of Lawrence, when it was adopted, we were supposed to get a report every 6 months in regard to this specific law. We haven't get a report for a while. So I would like to send correspondence to the Lawrence Police Department so they can send an update on the Trust Act ordinance of the city of Lawrence. Can I hear a motion to send an update or request an update on this specific ordinance?
So move.
Motion to request an update on that item.
All right, there is a motion on the table, and properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Infante? And Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So now, Councilor, there is anything that would like to discuss about this item? Or I can get a motion to table item 133-17.
Motion to table?
There is a motion on the table, there is a motion to table item 133. Can you hear a second?
Second.
And properly second, I call the roll call. Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The second item that I would like councilors for us to get a report is the last item on the agenda, which is 11413, which is about crime city and statistic and regarding to crimes. So can I get a motion to send correspondence to the police department to get an update on item 11433? Oh, first of all, what we need to do is table the item. Can I get a motion to untable?
Motion to untable?
So move.
All right, there is a motion properly second. I'll call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Yes. Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilors, I would like to get a motion to send correspondence to the police department for us to get an update on the city crime statistic. Can I get a motion to send correspondence to the police department?
Motion to send correspondence to the police department?
All right, there is a motion on the table, properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario? Yes. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Councilor Infante?
Yes.
All right, and I vote yes. Can I get a motion to table item 11413?
Motion to table?
Second?
All right, there is a motion on the table, properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Councilor Infante? And I vote yes. Councilors, there is any other item that we would like to get a report for next meeting? Councilors, there is item 22921, which is the incident at the Lawrence High School. This is in regard to last year incidents. So, councilors, I would like to get a motion to untable this item, and that way we can discuss this.
So move.
There's a motion on the table there is a motion on the floor to untable item 22921. Can you get a second?
Second?
All right, and there is a motion on the table, properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Infante? Yes. Councilor Reyes? Yes. And I vote yes. Councilors, item 22921 is in regard to the incidents happening last year, in regard to the security of the high school and the school in general. I think that it will be appropriate to get an update on this and probably get information in regard to what they're doing now, which it have improved the situation. So I would like to get a motion through you councilors, to send correspondence to the Lawrence Public Schools and the Superintendent Parish in regard to getting an update related to the safety of the Lawrence High School. Can I get a motion to send correspondence to the Lawrence School Department?
Motion to send correspondence to Superintendent Patty.
All right, there is a motion to send correspondence to the Superintendent Barris. Can I hear a second? All right, there is a motion on the table, properly second, and I call the roll call. Councilor De Rosario.
Yes.
Councilor Infante.
Yes.
Councilor Reyes.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilors, there is any other things that would like to talk or discuss about item 22921? If none, I would like to get a motion to table item 22921.
So move.
All right, there is a motion on the table, properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor De Rosario.
Yes.
Councilor Reyes.
Yes.
Councilor Infante.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Any other item, councilors, that would like to get a report? Usually these meetings doesn't happen that often, so sometimes it's good to get a report when we can, so we can have it for next meeting. Just go through the agenda. There is a lot of interesting items on the agenda, and if you would like to get something to be updated and have a different approach of the intent of the item, that is also fair. Important to mention, councilors, that item 35619 is also in regard to the Lawrence Public Schools safety. It is related to the previous item that we just sent correspondence, but it's a little different. This is more broad, 35619. Councilor Infante?
I would like to make a motion to untable item 35619 for discussion.
Can we get a second?
Second.
All right, there is an item, there is a motion to untable item 35619. I call the roll call. Councilor De Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Yes. Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So now we have the item 35619, which is the Lawrence Public School safety. And Councilor Infante, you have the floor.
Chair, when you mentioned that it was more generic, what are you referring to? And perhaps we might have to ask Councilor Payano for a little bit more information, but is this item here because we were looking for, or at the time the council or the subcommittee was looking for, like a public safety plan for the school system, or that's, okay.
Yeah, and essentially when Councilor Payano have this item on the agenda, the intent was to get a conversation going in regarding to different issues happening throughout the entire school system. Compared to the previous item that we discussed, that only deals with the situation happening at the Lawrence High School. This item 35619 is more generic in regard to every school, and obviously we don't want these things to be confused. If we send correspondence to the Lawrence Public School under this item, it will be very generic in regard to the public safety. The other one will be very specific to the Lawrence High School. That's the main difference between the two. So we can entertain a motion to send correspondence to get an update on the public safety of the Lawrence Public School in general under this item.
I make a motion to send correspondence to get an update on a generic report on Lawrence Public School safety.
Second.
An item, there is a motion and properly second. Any discussion on this? If not, I call the roll call. Councilor Reyes? Yes. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So now we have a very specific item, which was the last one in regard to the Lawrence Public School, to the Lawrence High School, and this is more generic in regard to the public safety of the Lawrence Public Schools. Councilor Del Rosario, Councilor Infante.
Thank you. I would like to untable for discussion item. Oh.
So there is, if this net is not discussion on any other discussion on 35619. All right, councilors, I would like to get a motion to table item 35619 at this point. All right, there is a motion on the table, properly second. I call a roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Yes. And I vote yes. Councilor Infante, you have another item that you would like to untable?
Yeah, I would like to untable item number 21718.
All right, there is a motion on the table to untable item 21718. And properly second, I call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Yes. Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilor Infante, you have the floor.
I've been looking through the binder to see if I could find the documents from when this was brought up, but it caught my attention because it's regarding sex trafficking and prostitution in Lawrence, and as we know, sex trafficking in the country and the world has been a growing issue, so I'm just looking to get information on why this was brought up and why it was tabled.
Yeah, definitely. I remember this item that it was some information regarding to actually student kids coming from other states to Lawrence, and as well as going from Lawrence to other places, and it was very difficult topic and information. So definitely we can send correspondence to the police department to get an update of how the city of Lawrence stands in regard to sex trafficking and prostitutions. So I'll entertain a motion to get an update from the police department.
I make the motion to get the update from our police department.
All right, there is a motion on the table, properly second. Any discussion on this? Since there is none, I call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Yes. And Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilor, there is any discussion on item 21718? I'll entertain a motion to table item 21718. A motion to table?
So move.
Can you hear a second? All right, there's a motion on the table to table item 21718. Properly second. Now I call the roll call. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilors, there is any other item that you would like to untable in regard to the public safety agenda that we have in front of us? All right, councilors, there is any other items? If it's not on that other item, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So move.
There is a motion on the table, properly second. I call the roll call. Councilor Infante?
Yes.
Councilor Reyes? Yes. Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Councilor, thank you so much, and I see you on the next meeting.